2 years ago, I couldn't have made this podcast. Not because the technology didn't exist. Everything I used to record and edit was already here. The reason I couldn't have made it was gathering my thoughts, organizing them, shaping them into something I actually wanted to say. That would have taken me days, maybe weeks, just for one episode. Now it takes hours. People say AI is going to save us time, and it does. But it gave me something bigger, the ability to do the thing I love the most, learning something new and passing it on to my friends. That's what I want to talk about today. Not what AI does, what it actually gave me. Welcome to What I Learned Today, One Woman's Journey to Living Well. I'm Vera, a certified transformational life coach. My promise to you is I do the research so you don't have to. Today, we're zooming all the way out. If you've been curious about AI but not sure what to actually do with it with your life, this one is for you. And if you have never watched anything on this channel before, you don't need to. This episode stands on its own. Here's the question I wanted us to sit with. If AI keeps getting cheaper and more capable, what do we actually get to do with our lives? There's a term I keep coming back to. It comes from an AI expert named Zack Kass. Unmetered intelligence. It sounds technical, but it isn't really. It just means that intelligence, the kind computers can produce, is getting so cheap, it's going to be everywhere. Kind of like the internet. Once upon a time, only universities and big companies had access to it. Now it's on your phone. The same thing is happening with AI. And the interesting question isn't what it can do. Machines will keep getting better at more and more things. The interesting question is, what do we do with the time that opens up? I know some of you feel curious about all of this. I get it. There are real things to be thoughtful about, and I don't want to skip past them. Kids and screens. We handed a generation of kids screens, devices, and social media without knowing the cost. Kids nowadays are far less social and more isolated, which is driving depression and anxiety. One possible way to fix this is making phones illegal in schools and banning social media for kids under 15. We, as a people, have found more interest in a digital reality than a physical reality. To combat this, we should invest in the physical world. More parks, walkable and beautiful cities, creating community, a place we actually want to live in. Third actors. As AI becomes cheaper to use, scammers use technology to prey on us, especially older adults. Laws can be passed to terrify people who choose to steal using AI. Florida passed laws where a criminal stealing or attempting to steal from a senior could be sentenced to up to 30 years in prison. One scammer in Florida was recently sentenced to over 21 years for stealing from a 95-year-old man. We can push our policymakers for these laws in our own state. The temptation to stop thinking. AI will let you get by without thinking hard. You can live that way. But why would you? You get to find out what you're actually capable of. And you don't need a degree to do it. There's more to learn out there than there's ever been, and at whatever pace you want. What drives you is your own desire, your own responsibility to become who you want to be. That's what we should be teaching in schools. Here's something worth sitting with. Every one of us here is a descendant from someone whose work was transformed by automation. Farmers, weavers, telephone operators, factory workers. The world kept changing on our grandparents and their parents, and most of us live far better and easier lives because of it. That doesn't make the change easy, but it does mean we're not the first generation to figure it out. We come from a long line of people who did. Okay, So, what does the good version of this future actually look like? Zack Kass talks about four things that stuck with me. Human potential. What one person can do today is about 90% more than what one person could do in 1995, 400% more than 1960, 1,000,000% more than the 1800s. Every generation has done more with less. This one is no different. Scientific breakthroughs. We're living through a wave of them, and AI is accelerating a lot of it in the background. AI helped discover the first new class of antibiotics in decades. Researchers use CRISPR, gene editing, to cure a baby of a rare disease that used to be a death sentence, and they developed his personalized therapy in 6 months. Japanese scientists created a new plastic that's as strong as the plastic we use today, but dissolves harmlessly in seawater and soil. These are things that were impossible not long ago. Things getting less expensive. A lot of what makes life hard is the cost of it. AI is already making many things cheaper. Just a few years ago, large TVs cost thousands of dollars. Now on sale, you can get one for less than $500. However, the cost of housing, healthcare, and education are going up. Zack points out those aren't failures of technology, they're failures of policy. We're going to point to our politicians and ask why a young person can learn almost anything they want online for free, but sending them to college could cost a family their retirement. Those are things we can fix, but only if we choose to. We could push our policymakers on this too. Time. This is the one I keep coming back to. We're going to have more time. Time to spend with the people we love, time to be in the world, time to actually live the life we want. That's what I want you to hear. This isn't about doing more faster. This is about getting your life back. There's an economist named Arthur Brooks. He said something about AI that I think is important. AI is a wonderful thought partner. It's brilliant with the what and the how questions of life. What do I make for dinner? How do I write this email? But it's not built for the why questions. Why am I here? Why do I love the people I love? Why does this life feel meaningful? Those questions are ours. That's the human part. So when I think about AI, I don't think about it as a replacement for me. I think about it as a way to spend less of my life on the stuff I don't want to be doing anyway. So I have more of my life for the stuff only I can do. Spending time with my friends, sitting in a lovely garden, reading a book that changes how I see the world, learning something new and passing it on. That last one is why I'm here talking to you. If any of this is landing for you, here's how Zack suggests we prepare for the future that's coming. And I love these because they're not really about AI at all. They're about being human. Anchor and adapt. Get very clear on your values, your vision, your mission. Be firm on those. But be flexible how you get there. AI changes the how, not the why. Learn how to learn. The point of learning something isn't to master it once and be done. It's to become someone capable of mastering the next thing. That's what keeps us useful, no matter what comes. Design around the things AI can't do. Get better at the things machines are bad at. Being present, making someone feel seen, being kind, laughing, making meaning, loving well. Those aren't going anywhere. None of that requires special skills. It just requires deciding these are the things worth protecting. Here's my ask this week. If this episode gave you something to think about, please share it with a friend or someone in your family, someone who might be curious, or someone who's been on the fence. This is a conversation we should be having with the people we love. And if you want more like this, click like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to help me keep making these. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I love putting this series together because honestly, sitting here talking to you about ideas that could change how we live our lives, that's the good stuff. That's what I want more of. We started this three-part series with what AI is. Then we talked about how to use it well. And today we zoomed out and asked what it could actually mean for the life we want to live. Wherever you are on your journey with this, remember, you're never too old and it's never too late. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you soon.